Hello, welcome to Marketing Matters, the show where we explore all things marketing and uncover those things that matter just for you and your success. I'm your host, Denise Millay, and my hope and mission is to bring marketing and technology to you in a way that's useful, without jargon, complexity, or confusion, so that you can grow your business, expand your impact in the world, and build your best life. Today's episode is about social media, and in particular, LinkedIn. Before we dive in, I want to share a quote from Kelly Fredrickson, the president of MullenLowe US. MullenLowe is a respected agency serving the likes of Acura, E-Trade, and Whole Foods Market. Most consumers don't mind hearing from brands as long as it's a solution where we're trying not to sell something, but we're trying to solve something. I wanted to share this quote as a reminder before we dive in, because it underpins all of what we do with our marketing. No matter what platform or process we are working on or what problems we are solving problems, we're addressing issues, and we're satisfying needs. Everything we do is about the outcome. It's not about us, it's not about our work, our features, our benefits, our programs, our services. It's about what our customer or prospective client wants, needs. Enough said. So, we're going to talk about LinkedIn, and you're saying, Denise, isn't LinkedIn for job searching and recruiters for job hunting? And I'm like, yes, it is, but it also serves other purposes. The platform is used for job seekers and recruiters, but it's growing and expanding in popularity and reach. There are 810 million members on the platform, which has grown 5 times since Microsoft purchased it in 2016. 200 countries worldwide are represented. 55 million companies are listed on there, including all of the Fortune 500. 80% of business-to-business marketers use the platform for advertising, and the US portion of that 810 million members is 160 million members. So the US audience you could access is 160 members, 160 million people. That's the second highest. The first highest is Asia, the second is us, and the third is the UK. And when Microsoft purchased the platform at the end of 2016, I think it was great because it gave the resources that Microsoft has and the technological know-how that they have to the platform. So they've done a lot to improve it. They had a lot of cloud storage and a lot of faster servers, and it's really improved the experience a lot. And I believe we've yet to see the full potential of the largest professional network in the world. I think Microsoft has great plans. They want their portion of that ad revenue that Facebook and Google are getting. So I think they're going to continue to grow it. So let's go and talk about what you need for LinkedIn success. The first thing you're going to need is to create your profile. Then you're going to create a business page. Then you're going to choose your content schedule, just like we talk about in other things. You got to make sure it's what you're going to follow and what you have time to do. Then you're going to follow that schedule and you're going to post content and comment on other people's content. You're going to connect with your peers, join groups, follow companies and influencers. That's it in a nutshell. So let's talk about what your profile is before I actually show you a demonstration of it. It's not a resume if you're a business owner. It doesn't have to be a resume. You can tailor the image to what you want your potential clients to see. So for example, instead of the field right under your name, if you're familiar with a profile that normally would have had your last job title or the job title that you're looking for, you can put 255 characters in there as a description of your services, what you do, your elevator pitch, whatever you can fit in there, so that when someone comes to your profile, that's the first thing they see right under your name. And there are all sorts of different sections within the framework of the professional profile that you can put whatever you want in. It doesn't have to be all about your last job, right? You can put your experience in there, but there are so many more places where you can showcase your work, you can talk about your services and what you provide. You can provide links so people can contact you. It's really phenomenal. And one thing that I want to make sure you understand is the profile piece of this is about you still. So unlike when I talk about it's what you want your potential client to see. It's not just about your business. It is still at the individual level because people are going to search for you, right? You have to have a company set up for a business page. But if you have multiple employees in your company, they could all link to the same company page, but they would all have individual personal profiles. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay. A LinkedIn business page is a supplemental page to your personal profile. And as I said, you actually have to have the company set up so that it's like a school would be, like when you choose what school you went to. It's you choose what company you work for and it has to be recognized and you just put it in there. And then you can post additional information about your business. So you get an opportunity to put another image on there. You have another place to showcase your work by putting content up there and samples. And you can also do posting that's relevant just to the business, or you can share trending articles from the media that are relevant for your business to your personal profile and to the newsfeed. So it's really, really fantastic the way that they have grown this, and I think we're just seeing the beginning of it. So let's take a look at what it looks like. So here is my Facebook account, and you'll see here in the middle, this is your news feed in the middle. So these are the things that I'm connected, because I'm connected to people, I see their postings, just like Facebook. And you'll see here over on the left-hand side, this is from my profile. This is that sentence right under my name that shows up almost everywhere. And then you'll see here's my business, M Media Group LLC. And then I have a page for my program, the Social Selling Pipeline. And then I have the events and the groups I'm a part of. So that's kind of like a shortcut place. Let's take a look at the profile now. Okay, so here's my personal profile. And this is the administrator view. So if you were seeing this, just if you search for me, you wouldn't see some of these buttons, but that's okay. I don't want to waste your time shifting. So here is the description I said that you could put in underneath your name, where that used to just be a job title. And these profile sections, if you add a profile section, there's a section for education, position, skills, recommended, additional, and then core, right? So all these things you could fill in any way you want. You could put volunteer experience, publications, projects, honors and awards, languages, organizations. And within each of these, they don't have to be specifically what they say they have to be. You can put whatever text you want in there, okay? So here is, because I was open to work in the job searching thing, I'm open for projects, I filled out this section here called Open to Work, Job Preferences section. So I gave the job titles if people were searching that I want them to find me for, the locations where I am that I'd be interested in, and this is pre-COVID when people actually thought about going places. And then immediately and contract type work is what I'm doing. Then this section is providing services section. And I love this. This is a services page. So you can put all of these services provided. And then an about section that is, a paragraph that they could read, 500 characters. You can put whatever you want in there. And then you're available to work and all your ratings. I mean, it's really fantastic. So that goes to the services page. Now I'm going to go back to this profile again. Oops. Go back one more, please. There you go. Okay, and you'll see, let's skip the analytics resources. Um, Creator mode is is just rolling out. It's kind of like you're not a job seeker, but you're a business owner creating content. So they give you access to different tools and video and some other things. Now here you can manage your network and connections and featured posts. So in this section, you could choose posts or documents that you've uploaded that you want to showcase on your profile should someone land here. So for example, if I edit this, I have this PDF right here for a newsletter that I've done. And it actually loads the PDF, all 6 pages, for somebody to read without having to download it. And it's really convenient because sometimes people don't want to download all your stuff. And this gives them a great way to look at it really fast. And then I also have some posts for things that I've done that I wanted to keep, have people see. And you'll notice that we haven't even looked at our resume section or our previous jobs yet, right? So we looked at featured activity. It's going to show all of your postings from, I guess, for the top 5, and then you can see all the activity on your profile. Here's another about section that when you expand it, you can get much more detailed about what you do. And here's the experience section that you're usually accustomed to. Now you'll notice that I don't have my last corporate job is here. So I left those in there because they're relevant to what I'm doing now to a certain extent. And I want people to know that I did have a professional career before I started out as an entrepreneur. And then I've put in volunteer work I've done specialist work and owner of my business. I haven't gone too crazy about the actual just resume pieces because everything else is speaking for me in these descriptions, the about section, the profile section. I've added my education, any certifications that I have, skills, recommendations, and influencers. Okay, so now let's look at the business page. My business page for M Media Group, you have an opportunity to put another image here. And what you can do, all your posts come up for this page. So you can post on the page as well as on your profile. You don't want to repeat things. You want to have different content. But it's another place that you have an opportunity to post things. And then if people are following your page, they can see them. You can also have 3 hashtags that you follow, okay? So for, let's see, if we go to hashtags, because I'm following these 3 things, social selling pipeline, that's from me actually. Coffee Chat has 76 followers. So these are all the things for people that are doing coffee chats like I was doing. So hashtags just another way for you to see content grouped by category without having to do the searching all your own on your own. You will also see visitors to your page. You can also, if you have employees, they can post on this page as well, and you can view their posts. And you can also advertise from this page. From a business page, you can create advertisements. And you can have separate connections to your business versus your personal profile, which is very helpful. It's just another way to showcase your work. And what I recommend is that you actually post within the postings on your page samples of your work, like attach a PDF or attach an image of something of what you've done and report on successes and things that you've discovered. Oh, share trending articles, which I think is really cool. So, based on an industry of your choice, location, job function, seniority, page followers, employees, you can look at other people's articles and then share them. So if I wanted to share LinkedIn Pipes into Audio with my followers because it was relevant, then it would share the article and then I would put a starter in there and say, hey, if you take a look at this, this is really interesting. I think that they're right and audio is going to be really a game changer. And then you click post and it'll be shared with anyone that's attached to your your business as well as to your own personal page. So it's really helpful and easy to share trending news information from a business page. So that's really cool, I think. So that's the profile and the business page, the setup, and I highly recommend that you go in there and you get all that set up before you start commenting, posting, sharing, okay? Um, because you don't know who's going to come and visit you, and once they're there once, if they don't find what they're looking for, they're probably not coming back again. So you might as well wait and get it out there. And if you have a LinkedIn page today, don't hesitate to take a copy of everything you've got out there, take screenshots of it, and then go change it around and see how it looks and see how it behaves when you make changes. If you don't like it, you can always put it back, right? Okay, so now let's talk about the engagement piece. What you need to do to get the most out of the platform. After all your information's entered, your profile's set up, your business page is set up, you're going to start engaging on the platform. And if you're already up there, forgive me, this is repetitive. One thought before we go forward, though, is you want to choose your schedule based on what you can really accomplish. And I've talked about this in previous episodes. It's no good to you to only to do something for like 6 weeks and then let it fall off for 6 months and come back. You're going to lose the benefit of that 6 weeks. So where you get benefit is through regular and consistent activity on these platforms. It's good to have a presence. You always want people to find you. It's always, like being in the yellow pages. It's a good thing. But if you really want to make connections and develop community and relationships, then you have to be there and you have to participate. And you're just not going to see the effects, see what you want to see if you don't do that. Okay. So if you can only do one day, one post a week, that's fine. If you can only give 10 minutes every other day to comment on other people's posts, that's fine too. Work it into your schedule and make a commitment to do it and do it regularly, and you will see the benefit of that. But if you only, spot do it, you're just not going to see it. And I hate for you to waste your time. So you're going to post content. So we talked about choosing your schedule. You're going to post content, okay? Content on LinkedIn is not like Facebook. It's professional content, and it's meant to be useful and helpful, or opinions or thoughts or ideas relevant to business and professional life, okay? So you'll see a lot of articles shared from Harvard Business Review or Entrepreneur Magazine or Forbes or whatever in the news feed, and people are sharing those because they find them interesting and relevant, and then they'll add their own comments to them, like I showed you on the last business page. So you want to create readable content. It doesn't have to be hugely long, but it's got to be thought-provoking. And if you can, you want it to ask a question or inspire someone to act and comment on it as well, because that helps you as well as it helps them to have engagement on what you create. So, yeah, content is good. You can have graphics. I've seen people, though, just try to have graphics like they do on Facebook and just put a line in there or a funny thing or, like a dog or whatever. It's not the place for it. LinkedIn doesn't work that way. You want to have images that match the content you're writing. They can be inspirational, but they can't be silly and goofy. It's professional, okay? It's not the place for politics. It's not the place for religion or any of those other topics that don't get talked about in polite society, like professional settings. So you really want to limit it to business and doing business and personal growth, but not, yeah. So you want to limit your activity, okay? When you do a post, at least 2 or 3 sentences. When you do a comment on someone's post, 2 or 3 sentences. Share your idea, your feeling about the post, not just, thumbs up or clap or a heart. Those help, but it's not as relevant to the algorithm and the program that decides what to share with other people. So if you're going to like somebody's stuff, it doesn't take that much more to say, hey, I really like this because thanks so much for sharing it. And they'll appreciate that, and then they will in kind do the same for you. Um, so you want to do posting of content as much as you can regularly, and comment thoughtfully on other people's peers' stuff. You want to follow companies, influencers, and groups that are relevant to you. So if there's a company you admire, if there's a company that's a peer, that you want their thoughts to be input to you, people that you're connected to, and you want to be able to use their thinking to spur your own content, then you want to include them in the conversation. So if you have somebody like, let's say, Kevin O'Leary, and you like what he posts about this, that, and the other thing, and you find it very relevant for what you're doing, well, follow him and you'll see his posts in your feed. Okay. Um anyway, let me go back a second and connecting with peers. You want to connect with business associates, other businesses, peers, potential clients, anyone in a professional sense that you want to see your things and you want to have community and conversation with. A connection, you actually make an individual request to an individual, and you say, hey, you add a note, you add a couple sentences, say, hey, saw you on LinkedIn, love to connect here and follow your work. Thanks, Denise, right? And send. Individual, one-to-one. So you're actually looking for people that you know, and reaching out to them. You don't just send a connect without a note. You have to send a note. If you don't, people don't like it. I mean, they might connect with you, but you get better response if you put a note in there. Now, there's another thing in certain modes or with people that have tons of followers. There's a follow button available for some profiles if you're a creator or you're somebody who has so many connections that you're not accepting any more connections, like Kevin O'Leary. He's not going to sit there and write note and connect with people or answer notes that ask him to connect, right? He's too busy. So people can follow him to include his content in their feed and follow his work, basically. So you can do that as well. Hashtags. There are certain hashtags out there that are relevant to you, like online business, social media, um, you know, events, whatever it is that you do, there's got to be a hashtag that means something to you. If you follow the hashtags, then you can just select that hashtag and it'll show you all the most recent posts for it. It's an easy way to search without having to scroll through your news feed for stuff. Um, yeah, so it's really a great platform, and if you do it right, you do it consistently, it can really benefit you and your business. So next we're going to talk about my free gift for the week. Today I have the 5 free online tools that will change your business. If you go to https://mmediagroupllc.com/free gift, you can download this special report that tells you about these tools that are available online at no cost to you. They'll save you time. They're meant to save time and energy, and you can get more done with your day. So I'll give you a minute to write down the address and let me tell you what I do in my business. So at M Media Group, we help people set up their technology and marketing technology. So we build their social selling pipelines so that they can share their lead magnets, just like I'm doing with my free gift. There's an example of that. And also sell their products, potentially build their websites or their courses so that they can sell them. And if you'd like any more information, please visit my website, as you know, at mmediagroupllc.com for more information. There's an email on the page there that you can send me an email if you have questions, or a contact form you can submit your questions. So again, go to mmediagroupllc.com/free-gift and download your copy of 5 free online tools that'll change your business. So now, today, my free tool this week is going to be OpenShot Video Editor. And you can go to www.openshot.org/download to download this free software. It's called open source software, so it's free forever. It was created by a consortium of professionals to solve a problem in the technology world, and there are a few instances of that stuff still happening where there's no price tags on it and people just participate together and they build it up together, and it's very cool. It's an easy way to do minor edits on videos. So let's say you record a video and the end, you have to chop a minute off. Well, you don't want to buy a huge piece of software to do that, and you only have to chop a minute off. You're not doing edits and splicing things together and trying to time it or anything like that. You just want to chop something off the end. This is your piece of software to do that, and it's fairly simple to do. It's also good for taking clips out. So let's say you have a long video, an interview, and you want to take a sound bite to use for your marketing, for an ad or for an intro to a program that you're doing, right? You can set, things on either side of it, and it'll show you what you're going to take out, and it'll let you do that. So it's very cool, and I think you'll appreciate it a lot. It's a good trimmer. It's a good way to save a project without it being overly complex and then export the new version of it that you need. So I'm going to take a second to show you what it looks like. So this is OpenShot Video Editor here. And what you'll see is just like your basic menu you see everywhere. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, I want to import a video. And I'm going to go to my videos file. And I'm going to find, let's see. This is just 11 seconds, so that's good for a sample. So now it imported it, right? And this is my video preview over here, and here are my timelines down here at the bottom. I'm going to move these up a little bit. Now track 1 through 5, that means that you could actually put things on all 5 tracks and move it around and splice it all together. But what I'm going to show you is I'm just going to drop this down here. And this is the playhead. And when you hit play, you see it's playing. So let's see how this looks. It's playing the video, right? So let's say I wanted to chop off that first few seconds. So you play it to where you want to. Okay, so right there. So I'd put a little notch in there, so that would be the spot. Now if you keep playing, you'll see it show up here. See how this looks. See, it dropped a little dot there. So now I want to cut there. You turn on the cut tool and you go here. Oops. Okay, and I've got the cut tool on, and you just go here, you clip it. Why aren't you working? There you go, and split it in two. And so now I turn the cut tool off, okay, and I want to get rid of this piece, remove that clip, and here's what's left. Now if I restart that to the beginning, so it took out all that dead space in the beginning. So this is the OpenShot Video Editor, and I think it's just a game changer for me because it allowed me to do small things without overdoing it and going nuts, right? Okay, so I'm so glad you could join me for this episode of Marketing Matters. Thank you. I know how precious your time is. I know what it takes to give this up to do this kind of research, and I hope you came away from this episode with one or two things that sparked an idea or a nugget of info that you didn't have before that you can apply to your business. So my aim is to provide clear, useful info for you so that you can have a thriving business, amazing relationships with your customers and clients. And as always, if you have any questions, drop me an email. The email address is on my website, or go to the Facebook page or my LinkedIn page and send me a message. And Join me here next week for the next episode of Marketing Matters, where we'll dive into more marketing topics that matter for you. Thanks very much. Bye.